Hello, I am Simon Whistler, and this is Top Tens. Today's topic is Top 10 about Top Tens. I think that was the wrong accent. Do you think people notice I'm not Simon Whistler? But my name is Lanny, and I've been a fan of Top Tens for a long time now, probably going on about 4 years. I remember when they were still pretty small. Probably maybe 3 years, but let's say 4 years. I didn't know very much about them, and I thought I'd look into them, and it ended up just being this thing. So I thought I'd make a top 10 about top 10 and totally just steal Simon Whistler's place. Number 1. The first thing we need to get off the table here is that Top Tens wasn't actually founded by Simon, but it was actually founded by a name named Shel Harris over 10 years ago as a website at TopTenzNET. That's why he says that. It makes sense now. Like, who's this Shel Harris guy, you might be asking? Because I didn't know. I'd been seeing him in comments recently, and I was like, oh, it's not Simon? From what I can tell, he seems to be from Richmond, Virginia, and he is the CEO and co-founder of Big Oak Studios Incorporated over 14 years ago. And they're an SEO company, or search engine optimization. Yeah. Pretty interesting stuff. Yes, we did it. Honesty and having a straightforward approach is one of the key foundations in his leadership. So this is why he's able to coordinate so many types of individuals with so many arrays of interests and talents, and along with being a successful entrepreneur several times over, Shel is also a prolific writer at Top Tens, and he's written over 400 articles. I know, it's like that you've all enjoyed. And in addition to Top Tens, he's written a lot of articles on how to improve your small businesses, and like how to improve your SEO, and how to like grow, and where to list your business. And like, if you're a small business owner and you have not followed this guy's blog yet at all, just find Shel Harris and he'll be doing better. He's also more of a Marvel guy, so that should tell you a lot more about him than any of that did, really, I would think. Shel seems to have hired the face and voice of Top Tens just over 4 years ago now. You can see some attempts at earlier videos. They actually started making videos all the way back in 2010, but didn't really get on a scheduled release until Simon was hired on. Boom! The host Simon is a Brit, and he was born and raised in England, but now lives in the Czech Republic, which I found to be oddly interesting for some reason. I don't know why. And if you can't get enough of Simon, he's on a lot of places. You can find him on Today I Found Out, on their new channel Biographics, where they delve even deeper into people of history. And he's also on a podcast called BrainFood with Daven Hiskey, which a lot of people think is Shel. And I got to admit, I did too. But Shel and Daven are two different people. And Today I Found Out is a different thing too. But Biographics is part of Top 10 somehow. So it's a little confusing, but it makes sense. But yeah, Daven Hiskey, not Shel. Shel, not Daven Hiskey. They've accumulated 53 videos that have over 1 million views, with a combined total of 276 million views, which is the same amount as Apple bought iPhone screens in 2018, and the same amount as fake duplicate accounts on Facebook. So yeah, all those people named IC Wiener and Hegel's Ford Freedom, yeah, they're not actual people, I guess. So much of my life makes sense now. And if we convert that to miles, Top 10 has traveled to the sun nearly 3 times at 93 million miles per trip. So yeah, it's only like 1.8 times if we use kilometers, so we're gonna not use them. Even though I'm Canadian, we're just gonna not use them this time. Just so it seems bigger. The video with the most views is actually Top 10 Horrifying Facts About the Roman Legion. Written by Adrian Chilirala. Ooh.
Adrian Chirila. Adrian Chirila.
Who has written other such great videos such as Top 10 Facts About Ligers. That's right. They're tigers and they're lions. And they got facts about them. It was actually a recent video which I really liked. I like Ligers. In a really close second is an article originally penned by Karl Smallwood. That would be Top 10 Reasons Bruce Lee might have been Superhuman, which he actually briefly discussed on his channel, Fact Fiend with Karl Smallwood. Very original title, Karl. I've actually been pretty addicted to it, I can't lie. It's kind of like the antithesis of Simon's presentation style, how Simon's very, very formal and simony. That's about the best way we can say it. He's a lot more laid back in his approach with his friend. I forget his friend's name. Sorry, friend. But his friend is a very nice person as well. But it's very laid back, and I've learned a lot of really neat facts. And now I'm a fiend for Karl and his facts. So yeah, make sure to check out their channel as well. TopTenzNET's first article was written by Shel Harris, of course, all the way back in 2008 on May the 22nd. It was titled Top 10 Comic Book Villains. It's a good article to start out with. And it featured bad guys like Thanos, Venom, Magneto, and the Joker before they were all cool. And this article was even featured into a Top 10s video narrated by Simon just about 3 years ago now. The debut video of Simon Whistler was Top 10 Amazing Survival Stories, released back in 2014 on February the 15th, and it featured notables like Mike the Headless Chicken. It's okay, you got your head still. And if you take a look back on the old YouTube page there at Top 10s, you'll find their first video was based off an article written in 2009 of Bizarre and Funny Road Signs. That was written by Ash Grant. Yeah, I can say his name. That one's pretty easy. And that was released all the way back on April 17th, 2010. So a good 8 years ago as of the making of this video. Their most disliked video is kind of surprising, and it sort of depends on how you define most. A lot of people thought it would be top 10 reasons to increase gun regulation in the United States. And they're half right, but surprisingly, top 10 mistakes by Hitler proving he was an idiot actually has more dislikes. Now, the video about gun regulation actually has a higher dislike to like ratio. It's like 2 to 1. It's basically 950 likes to 1900 dislikes. And you can compare that to 17,000 dislikes for proving Hitler was an idiot. Charismatic, sure, but still an idiot in a lot of ways. Now for the 10 of TopTenz. TopTenz is written by 30 or more writers of varying political and religious backgrounds and from different countries and different continents. And like, that's probably the most amazing fact to me. I think a lot of people have it in their minds that it's just Simon, and I did myself for the longest time as well. But really, there's so many people. Like, we got Morris M., Andrew Handley, Tilfer, Robert Griminick, Christopher Stevens, Christine Alexander, Gregory Myers, Anthony Theodros, Ed Hingston, Nolan Moore, Shannon Quinn, Anthony Cummins, James Friend, Dustin Koski, John Lucas, Abigail Beale, Dylan Moore, Jocelyn LeBlanc, Jeff Kelly, Jill Harness, John Canning, Line Carolina, Mike Brown, and Jen Dandy. Such a wide variety of different people coming together to create such like varied content. Like, you never know what you're gonna get on TopTenz. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what the next 10 years I learn from these people. So if you haven't already, if this is your first time hearing about them for some reason, go like and subscribe. As of today, they should be at 1 million subscribers, which is pretty cool for them, I believe. So I think they're probably all pretty excited. And if you've never seen my channel before, make sure to subscribe to that, because it's awesome.